We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Chris Richardson Show, currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, another big win for you on Saturday. You've pushed the win streak to 4 now. Talk about that game against Davis and Elkins and what you saw.
Yeah, really proud of just finding a way to win, and all credit goes to our players. You know, sign of a good team, Zach, is that you still find a way to win when you're not making shots. And we shot 33% in our own gym where we practice every day. Where we get up extra shots every day, where guys are in there on Saturdays and Sundays and early Monday mornings and early Thursday mornings. And, you know, we get all these shots up when we shoot 33% in the game. And that's going to happen from time to time. But you can't let that affect the rest of your game, and we did not. We got key stops. We played with great energy, especially in the second half when it was winning time down the stretch. We had some big plays individually down the stretch that were a result of, unselfish plays by teammates. And, I just thought whatever it took to win is what we were willing to do. We got every loose ball. We were all over the floor, got some key rebounds. The stat sheet doesn't tell the whole story. And then most importantly, we made free throws. And so game where you're not making shots, we averaged 10 made threes a game. We made 4, but we made 34 free throws. So we made the most of our opportunities that we did have offensively, and we just kept battling and just really proud of our team for finding a way to win on a day where we weren't at our best.
And you mentioned those 34 free throws you made, something we haven't really touched on this year. You're one of the best free throw shooting teams, not only in the conference but in the nation as well. Talk about the importance of the success at that charity stripe.
Yeah, we work a lot on it, and we don't go in there and shoot free throws for hours on end and practice, but when we do shoot free throws, there needs to be some sort of pressure to it. And, that's something that some of my mentors earlier in my career as an assistant coach really, really emphasized, and I saw that those teams that I was a part of were really good free throw shooting teams as a result. So we try to shoot a lot of pressure free throws in practice, and I think there is some translation to that, but the biggest credit is that guys take it serious. They know that it's a very important part of the game, that it can result in winning. And so, I thought the game Saturday was very physical on both sides. There was a lot of fouls called, and it was very consistent throughout the game, which allowed both teams to adjust. And so glad we were able to not just get to the free throw line but make the most. And we do know that that's a strength of ours. We have led the conference in free throw shooting for a lot of the season and been top 10 nationally. So that was a big key, not just Saturday, but in some of our previous wins as well.
And obviously senior day as well, getting a win for the seniors on their home court. What was that like for the guys?
It was great. I think we have talked a lot as a team about our why, and we all have our individual whys for why we play, why we coach. But our team why is to play for each other, right? If you're my teammate, I want to play. I want to play for you so that you can play for your why, if that makes sense. And you want to play for me so that you can play for my why. We all have our own individual whys, but our collective why is to play for each other. And I don't think that's ever illustrated more than down the stretch of a season and playing for your seniors. And we talked last week about how special our 2 seniors are. The ceremony was great. Great to have both of them with so many family and friends in attendance. And just, I thought the game really illustrated just how about winning those 2 seniors are. Sean made some big plays on the defensive end. He didn't have his best day offensively. He still finished with 21 points, but didn't have his best day offensively. Will Gabbert played 30-plus minutes the Saturday before against West Virginia State, and I think he played 18 on Saturday. And it was a game where, just some other guys came in and were really impacting some things on the court, and it was hard to get everybody, the minutes that they probably deserved. But all Will cared about was the win, and that just epitomizes what those 2 guys have been about. They've been great leaders, and I know they're excited to continue working, continue getting better, and keep playing our best basketball down the stretch.
And one guy off the bench who had a really big impact this week was Curtis Harrison IV. Had a huge game on Wednesday, comes back with some key moments on Saturday. Talk about him and kind of how he's been a spark for you guys.
Yeah, he has been a spark, and another guy that's just bought into the team. He started some. He's coming off the bench now, and his energy doesn't change. His mindset doesn't change. Whatever he's got to do to help the team. He'll play 8 minutes one game and then 20 the next. And, he gives us a presence around the basket. 2 things that he's really done better as the season goes along is, he's really slowed down when he gets the ball around the basket, and he's gotten to the free throw line more. And he's a really good free throw shooter, a guy that does a great job He's had some injuries, not just while he's been here, but in the past, and he does a great job of making sure that, when he's banged up, he's doing everything he can to get healthy and stay healthy. He's very proactive in taking care of his body. If you go in after practice any day, he's going to be in the cold tub. He's going to be the first guy stretching, and all that stuff matters, right? Being at your best, and so he's been at his best the last couple of games, and I know there's even more in there. He carried us at West Virginia Wesleyan. I mean, he carried us. He was a force on both ends down the stretch in the second half, especially. Had a big dunk in that game, and then had a big dunk on Saturday, not just because it's a great highlight, but because it was a very critical juncture in the game. And he got an and one. And so really pleased with his progress, and I know the guys are excited for him because he's such a great teammate.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, another big week for you guys. You got Fairmont State, top team in the conference right now on Wednesday, and then Frostburg State coming up on Saturday. Talk about this week and kind of how you keep building these successes.
Yeah, it's like I said last week, what do we do now that's different than what we were doing when we were losing? It's really no different. It's the same. We got to keep getting better, keep attacking practice with the get better mentality, daily improvement. We'll come in we're filming this Monday morning, so we'll come in this afternoon, have a good film session about some things that we got to be better at that we weren't very good at last week, and we got to be better at not just this week but moving forward. And then we'll come back tonight. We got guys with night classes, so when they're out of class, 8:30, we'll get back in the gym tonight and practice and come back tomorrow afternoon and get ready for Fairmont as well. So just that daily approach, that mindset, building those habits, continuing to invest. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about it, but continuing to invest in the process. The process is where we've really improved and what we've really embraced, and it's helping us get better, so we got to keep that going.
And we talked about it earlier in the year. You guys have bounced back in this winning mentality. Now, how the guys that they've had the success kind of handle that winning and continue to kind of progress as the year goes on?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, we can't talk about, hey, we got to embrace the process and not worry about the results. We can't just talk about that when we're getting beat and losing and on a 6-game losing streak and then not have that exact same mentality, that exact same approach when you're winning. We are truly right now divorced from the results and focused on the process. We're married to the process, and so we got to keep embracing that, keep being coachable, which they've been great at, keep finding ways to win games, whether we're making shots or missing shots. Last Saturday we won a game in the 90s. This week we won 2 games that were basically in the 70s. So being able to play different ways, being able to play bigger, being able to play smaller, and embracing whatever it takes to win on any given night, that's key for us, and that's going to continue to be key.
And finally, talk about some of the things you're working on in practice these next couple of days as you prepare for the Falcons on Wednesday.
Well, after you shoot 33%, we're going to have to see the ball go in a little bit. We got to shoot a little bit more, and we spend so much time on scouting and this breakdown and that breakdown, and we got to continue to remember that you got to put the ball in the basket. So we'll get some shots up, but we'll also work more on the defensive end, trying to take advantage of some things that we do well and trying to take away some things that the other teams are doing well that they have to do to win. And then offensively, I did not think we were very sharp on Saturday at all. We did a lot of standing around. Our cutting wasn't very sharp, and so we got to get back to being better cutters. We're still passing the ball well, but we're not finishing, so we got to work on that. Just a lot to get better at. And I know they're going to come in with the mentality of, hey, we won, but don't accept in victory what you would not accept in defeat. And they're going to be ready to come in and get better this week, and we're excited for it.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck this week. Can't wait to see you out there.
Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.
We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.